So I have a question for you, per usual. When you go to the grocery store, do you turn over your foods that you're buying and take a look at the label? Do you even know what is actually on the label? Or better yet, are you even aware that some of the things that you may be picking up may be causing you to gain weight? You know what? That's okay. Hi, I'm Dr. Tamara, and I help busy moms truly learn how to prioritize themselves so that they can build healthier habits, not just for themselves, but for their family. And in today's video, I am actually going to show you how to read a food label and analyze it so that you can actually make better choices with the foods that you're choosing. So let's go ahead and let's get started. All right, so let's go ahead and let's dive in. I want to start by going over the basics of a food label, okay? So when you look at a food label, there are three important sections that you want to take a look at: your calories, your serving size, and your macro groups, okay? So your calories are the total sum of the different macro groups. Your serving size is the amount of servings inside of that container, and each calorie that is reported is equivalent to one serving. Okay, a lot of people go wrong with this because they look at the calories and think that the whole container is that serving. No, you have to pay close attention to the serving size and the number of serving sizes that are in that particular container. All right. So when it comes to your macro groups, you have your fats, your carbs, and your protein. Now, I won't dive into the macros because I went in depth about that in episode 3, which is the beginner's guide for macros for busy moms. So go ahead and check that video out if you want a little bit more depth about different macros. All right, now let's get into how to analyze your food labels. Now, analyzing your food labels is a two-step process, okay? And it starts with, number one, you have to know your own macro goals, okay? Not no one else's. You have to know what you should be eating to help you reach your goals, okay? Once you know how many grams of carbs, fats, and protein that you have, step number 2 means whenever you pick up a product, whenever you go out to a restaurant and you look at their nutritional facts, you are then going to compare that to what you should be eating every single day, gram wise, as far as your macros, to make sure that that product, that meal, fits within your macros. Now, I know it sounds easier said than done, but let me give you an example, okay? Let's say that it's 7 o'clock p.m., you're going out for dinner, you pull up a nutritional fact of a restaurant that you're eating, and the meal that you want to eat is going to give you 50 grams of carbs. Well, if you already know based off of your MyFitnessPal login or wherever you're logging your macros, if you know that you have already taken up 100 grams of your 120 grams of carbs, that means that that meal is then going to put you over by 30 grams of your carbs, okay? That is how you use a food label to make the deciding factor if you should eat a particular food or if you should say, you know what, I'm good, let me choose something else, okay? So two-step process: know your own macros and then compare a food label or a nutritional fact against your own macros and make a deciding factor whether or not it actually fits. Now, as you progress through tracking your food or through coaching, you will begin to progress to a third step that I don't want to get into because I want to give you the basic structure. But that third step is really diving deeper into those macros, or what we call micros, looking at your sugars, your fiber, actually looking at what type of carbs you're eating, okay? But if you kind of stick to that two-step process of knowing your customized macros and what's going to help you reach your goals, and comparing food labels and nutritional facts against that and saying, girl, it's going to be a yay or a nay for me, you are going to be all good. Now, let me know in the comments whether or not you actually take a look at food labels, okay? No judgment here. I just want to get a gauge of who's actually looking at labels, and if you actually take action and say, girl, I put it back, or you know what, I go ahead and I get it and I make adjustments. I would love to hear how you're actually using food labels, or if you're actually not using food labels. So now I actually want to really talk about how to use the label to make healthier choices. Doing simple things such as comparing brands or looking at the fat percentages of meats can take you a long way. Some people just go to the store, pick a brand of barbecue sauce off of the shelf and put it in their cart because that's their go-to barbecue sauce. Well, sis, that go-to barbecue sauce can be causing you to go over on your fats and over on your sugars. So it's very important that you just flip those those products over, take a look and say, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go with this one. Let me give this one a try so I can stay within my macros. Same thing with your meats. There is a huge difference as far as the fat percentage in a meat quality that is 93.7% and 85.15%. By choosing a 93.7% meat, you actually cut your fats from your meats by half, okay? So by simply flipping over labels, girl, it can really save you a lot of heartache and headache and trouble and possibly prevent you from gaining weight, okay? Now, if you found this video helpful and you are a busy mom and you are really just trying to figure out how you can actually start creating a healthy lifestyle, I want you to go ahead and download my free guide. This guide is actually going to give you the foundation for helping you jumpstart your weight loss journey, okay? Weight loss really starts with your mindset, prioritizing yourself. And in this guide, I'm going to walk you through that so that you can make actionable steps forward towards being the hashtag mom goals that you desire to be, okay? So go ahead and check out that free guide. The link is in my description below. Now, if you like this video, go ahead and give me a like, okay? And subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you along. And don't forget to go ahead and turn those notifications on so you know when I go ahead and post new episodes. So don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Virtuous Bodies. You can find me in my stories, cooking up meals for my family that I put in my Plan East membership, going on dates on weekends with my husband, running behind these darn toddlers and taking them all over Tampa, or being a clinical pharmacist and running my business as a health coach. So thank you again for watching. I look forward to seeing you in my next episode.